Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Farida Nuraini and I'm from study program Social Science Education. The intersection between the global and political economy will be in fight through the Freeport Indonesia case. As we already know together, Freeport operates in Indonesia under the contract of the work that has been signed since 1970 in the Suharto regime. Under the contract, all management and operations matter are handed over the miner. The state has been no control and the only obstinate royalty of the amount specified in the contract of the work as of December 21st, 2018. The Indonesia government has been successfully completed in the agreement to take control of PT Freeport Indonesia 51.23% ownership. PT Freeport Indonesia itself is the subsidiary of the global conglomerate Freeport NC and Reording ENC VCX. The success is in fact in the pending negotiation since February 2017. Significantly, the change of the scale of profit from exploitation of natural resources in Indonesia reflects fluctuation in the global demand from resource and commodity price, always as both critical economic stability from the operation in Indonesia. However, it also reflects domestic efforts to capitalize on Indonesia resources while be implementing an extraction regime and through licensing in the investment arrangement. The latter difference in the oil and the many Indonesian minerals, requiring high capital investment in significant time. About how we describe change in the relationship between global power creates opportunities to create resource nationalism in the extractive frame in the scholarship that more specifically explore the bargain relationship between host countries and the multinational cooperation. Resource nationalism implies state control and heavy state intervention in the extractive sector. The state's investments with the profit and leases of economy to the host country through regulation that control the share of dominic ownership, business practice and the distribution of royalties and other goods to the state and other actors. Nationalism resource can turn the power and influence of relocate capital in the host country with restriction and the certain regulation. Country with a low income and resource will may not have access to capital from investors. So there will be competition between the low income countries. The competition was not only intended to the national resource but also for the benefit of net advantage. The situation tended to result in the rise of resource nationalism at the crisis point. This condition was expressed by Indonesia in the 1915 and 1916 when the maintains independence from Dutch colonialism. During the early stage of investment, bargaining power in a stronger than foreign companies, especially in the lower middle income recipients country, because they have their access to the super technology necessarily for the exploration and extraction process, access to capital markets to start project and build infrastructure, and market access to extractive selling. But things will turn around where the oil industry matures, technology becomes more accessible and the host country has more influence because it is difficult and expensive to regulate the assets of French companies. In the case of the major gold and copper miners of Indonesia and Freeport, the industry have matured. However, VCX Freeport Indonesia has held major employment contract in Indonesia for more than 15 years, which has just been significantly recognized in the 2018. During the reign of President Suharto, Freeport operates in Papua with relative impunity because it has close, manufactured and mutually benefit relationship with the government military in the 1991. Freeport operates was extended for another 30 years in the same reach until 2021 through the second contract. The new contract of the work required Freeport to pay royalties at the effective tax rate of the 45% and the obligation to gradually divest 20% of the share to Indonesia entities including 90.36, already owned by the government through the private Indonesia Indocopper Investment Company owned by Abu Rizal Bakri. Indonesia in the following years. The ownership of 9.36% of the share shifted back in the fourth primarily between the various configuration of the Bakri and Suharto families. Since Suharto leadership was complete, efforts to transnational research have undergone significant development. The central government has begun to introduce technology regulation requiring the smelting of domestic mineral before export, an arrangement that was formalized and extended with the introduction of the Mining Act 2009. To justify its effort to strengthen control over Indonesian natural resource base, the ruling coalition re-established Article 30 of the Indonesian Constitution, which states land, water, and all natural resources are under the state control and the used for the greater prosperity of the people. The law was introduced during the 2009 campaign for the presidential election and was discoverably represented as the pro-society and the pro-economic by the current President Yudhoyono. The main objective of the Mining Act 2009 is to increase and add value of mineral through the development of the settlement in the country. The permits were granted as the result of strong resistance from major mining companies, including VCX and gold and copper mining giant Newmont, and the threats from major Indonesian trading partners such as Japan. It's impressive the government gave the privilege. The negotiations between PT Freeport and Indonesia are the embodiment of the 2009 law. PT Freeport feels that it has fulfilled proven local content in 2017 that 98 its employees are Indonesian. Another thing that highlights the success of Indonesia, it has participation rate of 20% by Rio Tinto company. Eventually, Rio Tinto relinquished its participation. This caused the sign of the risks of the Indonesian government as the majority owner to ensure the continuance of successful mining operation. Freeport Indonesian top representative also refers that one of the reasons between VCX final decision to close the deal was because it considered there were fewer handling in the dealing with the Indonesian government through state-owned enterprise under the new agreement. As a process to negotiate the mine. After the divestment, VCX retained 48.8% stake in Freeport Indonesia. The remaining domestic companies consist of 26.2% owned direct by Inalum COES and 25% owned by Indo Copper Investment, which has renamed PT Indonesia Papua Metal and Mineral to reflect that the company is now jointly owned by BUMN Inalum 16%, the state-owned enterprise of Papua Province, and Mimika Regions 40%. For the conclusion, resource nationalism involves limited operation for private companies and significant government control over resource production. Since the era of President Suharto leadership, in practice it has led to resource liberalism. Consequently, three ports can operate up to 15 years with great profit. Effort to national research through Freeport began to be invested during the SBY through the 2019 law. Although there has been a form of law, but the practice in the law only benefits SBY in the term of political and is only able to delay the existence of liberalism research. In the early days of Jokowi leadership, he still granted operate license to the demands of concrete about the competitors. The Freeport negotiations are to the reach of meeting points 2018, where the country has the 15.23% stock. Countries such as Indonesia can more easily adopt a resource nationalism concept, expressed through regulatory reforms, while minimizing the risk of drawdown of foreign investment in certain sectors. How power relationships are configured through an underlying political stalemate. Not only does Indonesia frequently change technological regulation and resource compromise with regional interests, but in some cases also renegade existing contracts with foreign companies and switch terms from both parties. Under resource nationalism, Indonesia remains dependent of international capital, albeit in the different forms. Thank you for watching, and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.